Hello, everybody, and welcome to David and Jeff's Survivor podcast. I'm Jeff, and with me, as always, is
David.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to. We're switching roles today, which is going to be interesting.
Exactly. I don't know how many of you have been paying attention, but about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit less, we did a Survivor trivia contest, and today we are back with our second Survivor trivia contest. So it's going to be really fun. I'm hosting this time, and we've got 6 contestants here who are going to do their best and prove their Survivor knowledge. And so our first 3 contestants today are David, of course, Clark. How are you, Clark?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Now, Clark, you were in the last Survivor Trivia contest.
Yes, I was.
You would have won pretty handily if you made it to the finals, but unfortunately, you were 3rd place, I believe?
Yes, I was 3rd place. I lost by 1 point, and then I stuck around for the final round, and I answered a majority of those questions in the final round correct, so I would have won had I just gotten 1 more point.
Yeah.
Yes, and a newcomer to the David and Jeff Survivor Trivia is Russ. Russ, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good. You can't see my face because I don't have the webcam going, but I am new to this but ready to kick some ass regardless.
Glad to hear it. Well, gentlemen, we are going to go over the format really quickly here. Today we're going to be playing Survivor Jeopardy. If you notice the screen that I have, which if you click on it will show up on your computer. The screen that I have is a Jeopardy board, and we are going to play that Jeopardy board just like a game of Jeopardy, except there's one major change to the game of Jeopardy, in that you will play the Jeopardy board, and then you will have 2 different final Jeopardies. The first one will be a lot like Big Brother, in which I will give you a question that has a number as the answer. The person who's closest to the correct answer will get their wager. The person who's in the middle will get nothing, and the person who's furthest away will lose their wager. And then we will have a second Final Jeopardy that's exactly like you see on Jeopardy. Okay? Does that make sense?
Let's do it.
Perfect. And there's only going to be 1 board per game, and we're going to have 3 people in the first 2 games of Jeopardy, and the winners will move on to the final. So,
sounds good.
You're going to buzz in via the chat on the side of the Google Hangout. You can buzz in at any point in the question. You do not have to wait for me to finish, but if you buzz in early, I will stop in the middle of the question. Okay?
Okay.
So if everyone would buzz in once just to make sure that, just to confirm that it's something that's coming through. Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, so just give me 1 quick second here. Get ready. Okay, so, and I have to play, of course, the Jeopardy theme song. If it will play.
Nope. Okay, moving on.
Which it won't. So, via random choice, Russ is going to have the first pick, and I'll go over the categories quickly. The categories are Know Your Boot, Survivor, notice the spelling on that one, Who Won the Car, Podcasts, Family Members, and Twists. So, Russ, whenever you're ready.
Alright, let's go with something that seems easy first. Let's go Know Your Boot for 200.
Okay, and just a clarification on how Know Your Boot works. Know Your Boot, I will give you 2 numbers. You're going to have to give me who was booted on that season in that place, and then reverse it and do the same thing. For example, if I give you the numbers 1 and 2, you're going to have to do Richard Hatch and Colby Donaldson, Tina Wesson and Kelly Wigglesworth, because the winner of Season 2 was Tina Wesson, and the second place person in Season 1 was Kelly Wigglesworth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you're going for 200, right?
For clarification, Jeff.
Yes.
We don't have to say what is or who is, right?
No, you do not.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, Russ, I believe you said for 200, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, perfect. Your first two numbers are 5 and 4. David.
That would be 5-4 would be Helen Glover, and 4-5 would be Sean Rector.
That is correct. David has $200.
Wait, Cody's joined us.
Oh, hi Cody, how are you?
Hi.
Okay,
Hi, Cody.
just so everyone listening at home is aware, Cody is going to be playing in the second round. We've just invited everyone to kind of smooth the process along. So Cody, you're more than welcome to stay and listen to the first round of trivia.
Perfect.
Okay. And if someone would play the role of Zach Peterson last time, if you remember, after every question he put a line of like Z's or something to make sure that the buzzing in wasn't melding together. If someone could do that for me, that would be great. Thank you, Russ. Okay, so Dave, you now have the board.
That category really stresses me out. So let's do a podcast for 200.
For 200, podcasts is hosted by the Rob Who Sucks. Clark.
Rob has a podcast.
That is correct. Clark has $200. Clark, you have the board.
I'm going to go with Survivor for 200.
Okay, just clarification on this category. Sue Hawk spelled 5 names wrong in Survivor Borneo. I'm going to give you a name, and you will have to spell it how Sue spelled it. Okay?
Okay.
And if someone could put the line of Z's, just do that every question. Thanks, Russ. Okay,
You're welcome.
so Survivor for 200. Dirk. Clark.
D-E-R-K.
Correct. Clark,
I'm
pick a
gonna-
board, or pick a question.
I'll go with Survivor for 400.
Okay? Jervis. Clark.
J.
Oh, I'll be right back to my food arrived.
I'm sorry. Russ's dog is barking. Clark, could you repeat that?
J-E-R-V-I-S.
That is incorrect. David or Russ, you can buzz in. David.
Sure. J-E-R-V-A-S?
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. And Russ, would you like to take a shot at this one?
I think he's getting food.
I think you have to give him a minute.
Okay. Russ, are you alive?
Hi. I don't know what I missed, but I just got back and put my headphones back
We
on.
both got it wrong. Spell Jervis.
Spell
Yeah,
Jervis, how
You don't
shooting?
have to do it if you don't want to. You'll lose $400 if you get it wrong. But
Oh, wait. There's penalty for guessing? You didn't tell me that.
this is Jeopardy.
You need to explain this stuff in the rules, Jeff.
Okay, I'll guess. I'm gonna go with G-E-R-V-I-S.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I got
Russ,
that.
you have control of the board.
Okay, let's go family members for 1,000.
Whoa.
Family, all the way to 1,000. Big spender here.
Yeah.
Okay, family members for 1,000. What was Jai Lewis eating when he was disqualified from the challenge in Survivor All-Stars? David.
It'd be a tarantula?
That is correct. David, you have control of the board.
Good. Now I'm not in the negatives because someone didn't tell me that. All right. Let's go back to easy stuff and twist for 200.
Twists for 200. Who was the first person in Survivor Exile Island to stay on Exile Island? David.
That would be Misty.
That is correct. Still have control of the board, David.
Let's do twist for 400.
Twist for 400. Who were the last 2 people picked in the Tribe Pick'em in Survivor Palau? Russ.
That would be Angie and Willard.
Correct. Russ gets $400.
Just rewatched that episode like 2 days ago. That's great.
Hey,
Okay.
Russ, you control the board.
Yeah, let's go twists for 600.
Twists for 600. That is the first daily double. So, Russ, you can bet up to $800 on this question. No one
How
else.
many daily doubles are there, Jeff? You did a horrible job explaining these rules.
I said it's just like Jeopardy. I said that.
What if someone doesn't know what Jeopardy is?
It's 2 daily doubles per board.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I don't really watch Jeopardy that much. Do I need to like buzz in, or do I automatically get like first answer on this because I'm betting?
No one else can guess, even if you get it wrong. So.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll bet the maximum. I'll bet 800.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who were the 2 chiefs and the person left behind after picking tribes in Survivor Vanuatu?
Oh god. Okay, the 2 chiefs were Scout and Sarge. And the one left behind. Ugh. Wanna go with Lisa?
That is correct.
Oh! Yay! Yay, I wasn't sure. Okay, that makes me
Remember,
happy.
she's going bye-bye.
Yay, okay.
Russ, you have control of the board.
Let's go twists 800.
Twists for 800. Who were the 3 Samburu members who switched tribes in Survivor? Clark.
That would be Silas, Frank, and Teresa.
Correct. Clark, back up to $800. Clark, you have control of the board.
I'm gonna go with twist for 1,000.
Okay.
Oh god.
Uh-oh. 1 second.
Oh, game went bye-bye.
Twist for 1,000. Who did Aitutaki kidnap in Survivor Cook Islands? Russ.
Nate Gonzalez.
Correct.
That's an $1,000 question?
Well, I mean, I think you should be paid 1,000 Rio dollars for sitting through 1 episode of Cook Islands, honestly.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay. So, Twists is gone. Russ has control of the board.
Okay, let's go family members 200 and see if it works out better for me this time.
200. What are the names of Colby's 2 family members? David.
Reed and... Oh, I just had a brain fart. Gay.
Correct.
Whew. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot her name for just a second. All right.
Okay, David, you have control of the board.
Family members for 400.
How did Tarzan describe his relationship with his wife? Russ.
Quantum entanglement.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's go family members 600.
Family members for 6. Who won the family visit in Survivor Tocantins? David.
Helen Glover. Oh no, darn it!
I'm sorry.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Clark.
Well, I mean, it was at the auction and Taj won, technically.
Correct.
But
Some
then
reason I've heard Thailand. Yes,
You're getting your lovable 4th placers mixed up. Way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, Clark, you have control of the board.
I'm going to go with Survivor for 600.
Ooh, survive. Okay, switching up the category on you.
I hate this.
You hate what?
I hate this category, Survivor.
It's great. Okay, Clark, or I guess whoever wants to answer it. The person you have to spell as Sue spelled is Sonia. Clark.
Souna.
Correct.
Soon.
So Una. Clark, you have control of the board.
I'm going to go with Know Your Boot for 400.
Okay, once again, I'm going to give you 2 numbers. You have to give me both people who were booted, and then or the person who was booted in that, and then reverse it, right? You went for 400. Going to be 7 and 16 are the 2 numbers. Clark.
That'll be Nicole Delma for Pearl Islands, and then James Clement for Micronesia.
Correct.
I'll go with Know Your Boot for 600.
Okay. For 600, it'll be 10 and 11. Clark.
Okay, that will be Brandon Bellinger for Guatemala and Ibrahim for Palau.
Correct. With that, Clark takes the lead.
Oh.
Ian has control of the board.
I'll go with Know Your Boot for 800.
12 and 15.
Wait, what was
12, Russ.
That would be Aaron from China and Melinda from Panama.
Correct. That was 800. So Russ, you're at $3,600 right now.
Let's finish up Know Your Boot.
Okay,
No.
for 1,000,
Yeah.
you have 9 and 13. Clark.
That would be Nate Gonzalez and shit.
I need an answer.
I'm gonna go with Lisa.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. David.
Nate Gonzalez and Bubba Sampson.
Correct.
Whew.
Lisa was 12th, Clark. I'm sorry.
I knew it was one off.
David, you have control of the board.
All right, let's go back to the podcast for 400.
Podcasts, 400. That's going to be hosted by Ben Waterworth and Clark.
Survivor Oz.
Correct.
Hosted
Not
by Ben
and
Waterworth and
Clark.
Clark?
Okay,
I'll go
Clark, you have control of the board.
Podcast for 600.
That is the second daily double. How much would you like to bet? You have $2,400.
How much does Russ have?
Russ is 3,600 right now.
And
I'm
what
not-
do I do? Yeah.
I'll just go with 600.
Okay. Oh, so only Clark can answer this one. Hosted by Jay Fisher, Mario Lanza, and Mike Bloom.
Of course, I don't pay attention to that one. I'll just. Oh wait, Survivor Historians.
Correct. That's going to put you at 3,000,
Awesome.
and you have control of the board.
I'll go with Family Members for 800.
Family members for 800 to finish that out. Okay. Who was Peas and who was David?
Peas was Katrine, Keith's fiance, and Carrot was Keith Amy.
Correct. David, you have control of the board.
Podcast for 800.
Podcast for 800. Hosted by John Norton and 5 others. David.
The Tribe.
Correct. That's 800, so you're at 3,200 right now. And you have control of the board.
Podcast for 1,000.
Podcast for 1,000. Hosted by David and Dwayne. David.
Survivor Talk with D&D.
Correct. I thought no one would get that one.
I don't listen to it, but they're a competitor, Jeff. I got to know who else is out there.
Have to know the market. Okay, so we have a full category of who won the car. We also have 2 questions left in Survivor, and the current scores are Clark with 2,400 is in last. Russ
Wait,
is in
don't I have
second.
3,000?
Oh, sorry, you have 3,000. You're correct. Still in last, but 3,000. I apologize. Russ has 3,600, and David is currently in the lead with 4,200. So
All right,
David
let's go
has
200. Who won the car?
you want to do 200. Who won the car? Who won the car in Survivor Amazon? Clark.
That'd be Matthew Von Felda.
Correct.
God, that was the 200, and I didn't even know that.
I'll go with Who Won the Car 400.
400. Who won the car in Guatemala? Russ.
Cindy Hall.
Correct. Russ is up to 4,000.
Let's go. Who won the car? 600.
Who won the car for 600? Who won the car in Survivor Marquesa? David.
That would be Sean Rector.
Correct. Up to 48. David, you have control.
Who won the car 800?
Who won the car for 800? Who won the car in Survivor Vanuatu? That is David.
That would be Eliza Orleans.
Correct. You're at 5,600.
Who won the car?
And you're doing who won the car for 1,000?
Yep.
Who won the car in Survivor Thailand? David.
The Survivor Thailand, it was Ted.
That is correct.
That showed up as Clark before David on my
Yeah,
screen.
good me.
Okay, so we have 2 questions left, David.
The category I hate. Let's do Survivor for 800.
Hey, can someone Z the question, or the chat thing?
Yeah, on the last question, like 3 different people are saying they see Clark's name before David's. I don't know if it looks the opposite on yours though, but just throwing that out there for the last one.
I also see Clark's name before David. I
would have said
promise you it switched though, because I swear I saw David first. So Clark, that would be 1,000.
that was
That was for 1,000. Okay. So
You just giving us both the points?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm assuming he knew it was Ted.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure he thought it was Gandia.
Yeah. I'll just give you both.
50 to 200% satisfied with my answer.
I'm pretty sure after the whole incident, Ted was forced to give the car to Gandia.
Okay, so 2 questions left. We have Survivor for 800. How did Sue spell Gretchen? Clark.
Grecchen.
Correct. Clark up to 5,000. Okay, and finally for 1,000, Survivor. How did Sue spell Jenna? Clark.
Jeanne.
Correct. Okay.
Spelled Gene from Survivor Amazon.
That's exactly what it was. So, we are now at the first Final Jeopardy. Remember, in this game, there are 2 different Final Jeopardies, one of which you will have to guess a number. The person who is closest will get their wager. The person who is furthest away will lose their wager, and the person in the middle stays the same. The second Final Jeopardy works exactly like Final Jeopardy on Jeopardy, where it's a question. If you get it right, you get your wager. If you don't, you don't. So, I'm going to give you guys a category.
Can we
And
get the scores first?
yeah, I will. And you guys are going to have to send me a wager. I'm going to trust that you're going to think of your wager before you say it out loud and before everyone else does. Try not to adjust your wager based on what other people say, but that's just the honor system. So, for your first Final Jeopardy.
So we're just thinking of it in our heads?
Yeah, I mean, unless you have pieces of paper that you can write it down on or something.
I'd rather, don't
You
we,
wanna write it down?
in Jeopardy, they send you the wagers before you read the question.
Yeah.
Right, I was going to give you a category.
Couldn't
Can
we
you-
message it to you? Facebook?
What?
Couldn't
Yeah,
we Facebook
that makes
message
sense.
it?
Let's Facebook it.
Okay.
That makes sense. Good choice. Okay,
Okay.
so the category for the first Final Jeopardy, though, is returning players.
But what is our...
Sorry, scores. Currently in third place is Russ with 4,000.
Oh,
Clark
hey.
second with 6,000. David has 6,600.
So we're messaging you our,
Yep. Message me your wagers on Facebook.
Which Jeff are you? Is this
Jeff Garst.
Jeff Garst? Okay, I was like 80 or 90% sure, but wanted to. Yeah.
You're good. You're good. I'm the Jeff who doesn't suck. Yeah, I have David's wager.
Just submitted mine.
submitted mine.
And I have Clark's. And I have Russ's. Okay. I just need to turn on chat. I don't know why it's off.
Don't we also message our answers to you?
Yep, that you will have to do as well. Okay, so I have your wagers. The question Add the number of days that every 3 and 4 timer have played. Add the number of days that every 3 and 4 timer have played. Remember, the winner is going to get their wager. Second place stays the same. The loser will lose their wager. And you're looking for a number, and you have about 30 seconds to message it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, you have about 10 seconds. Okay, so we are going to start with the person who's currently in last place, and that is Russ.
Oh,
Russ,
God.
what was your guess?
My guess was 1,228.
Okay, and how much did you wager?
I wagered all 4,000 of my dollars.
Okay. Next is Clark. What was your guess?
My guess was 390.
Okay, and your wager was?
I wagered $5,000.
Okay. And David, what was your guess?
498.
And your wager?
4,000.
Okay. Well, I can tell you guys, the correct answer is 1,470 days, which means Russ is going to get his $4,000. David is going to stay the same at 6,000, and unfortunately, Clark, you are down to 1,000. So, yeah, David stays the same at 6,600. Excuse me. So that was your first Final Jeopardy. The scores are now 1,000 for Clark, 6,600 for David, and Russ is in the lead with 8,000. So once again, you're going to message me your wagers and your answer. The category to wager is Survivor video games.
Good luck to whoever I play in round 3.
What was the score again?
Scores are 1,000 for Clark, 6,600 for David, and 8,000 for Russ. Okay. Let me write these down here real quick.
There's not an event in the future of Survivor Jeopardy that would alarm me. I'm shooting for the stars right now, and I'm going to get there.
Okay. Your question. 2 of the Survivor video games were just named Survivor. The other one had a subtitle. What was it? Whew. One second. I am confirming exactly what it was because 2 people have guessed something that I didn't have, but might be correct because I could have been wrong. Okay. I was wrong. I had said it was Survivor the Ultimate Game. It was actually Survivor Ultimate, which is why I had to check it out, because that wouldn't have been correct, but it is.
Yeah.
So, we'll start
the
with Clark.
Ultimate Game is
Clark,
the pro.
what was your guess?
I mean, no, we're not.
Survivor Ultimate.
You did guess Survivor Ultimate, and your wager?
1,000.
Nice. Clark ends with $2,000. Russ, what was your... Oh, sorry, David, what was your guess?
Survivor Ultimate.
And your wager?
6,600.
So you're going to end with $13,200, which means, Russ, if you get this right, you have a chance to win. If you got it wrong, you will be playing in round 3 for the final spot. So, Russ, what was your guess?
I guessed Survivor the game, and I wagered $4.
So Russ ends with $7,996, meaning that David is the champion of round 1 of the Survivor Jeopardy tournament. Thank you all for playing. Clark and Russ, I will see you all in round 3. David, I will see you in the finals.
I can't believe how off I was on that returning player date.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I was thankful
bid low. I bid low because I thought you all were going to bid high.
Yeah, I sort of did the same thing. But, good game, though.
There was no penalty. I never said you had to go below the number, though.
I know.
I just said it was close. Okay,
We thought they would be overshooting it.
Gotcha. I got you. Yeah, it was 1,400, which I thought was a little ridiculous, but...
We've had too many 3-time players. That's what that tells me.
Well, that's the thing. We get, like, Parvati and Boston Rob have played over 100 days apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, when Heroes versus Villains is, like, almost all, like, 3- and 4-timers, and if you do, like, 39 plus 39 plus 39 plus 30, like, it's going to be a huge number.
It adds up quick, yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second Jeopardy game. We're going to add people to the call, and once we get everyone, we can get started. So
yeah, we're actually going to stop this broadcast, so it will be in parts on YouTube, so you can watch the different parts. So.
Perfect.
Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching live, we'll be right back in just a minute. If you're not, click on part 2 to watch the next part. Bye.
Bye, everybody, for now.
Bye.